Have you ever wondered about why a silent African lake? But the silent killer left no physical wounds on anyone. In minutes, 1,700 people and thousands of animals perished. Survivors woke up to find everyone around them dead. Investigators first suspected a secret chemical weapon test nearby. Yet the water itself held the most terrifying clue. Deep inside the lake, lethal pressure was building up. A massive bubble of trapped carbon dioxide suddenly burst out. This invisible gas cloud suffocated everyone silently in their sleep. That detail becomes important later. Morning light revealed a valley frozen in absolute, terrifying silence. Healthy people lay dead in their beds without any struggle. Survivors woke up smelling something highly unusual and metallic. Even the buzzing flies and local cattle lay completely still. Strangely, the pristine blue lake had turned a deep orange. Elders blamed angry spirits, but spirits rarely leave chemical footprints. First responders wore masks, fearing a deadly, contagious outbreak. That metallic smell was sulfur, but sulfur wasn't the killer. Something far more common was hiding in the lake's depths. The water held a secret pressure cooker ready to blow. Deep pressure kept the carbon dioxide dissolved like warm soda. For centuries, volcanic magma chambers leaked toxic gas upward. These heavy, cold water layers acted like a lid. But this liquid lid was dangerously close to shattering. A tiny disturbance could trigger a massive, explosive eruption. Strangely, the lake remained completely calm on the surface. Below, the gas concentration reached a critical tipping point. The silent underwater trap was now fully primed tonight. One sudden shift would unleash the deadly cloud upward. Let's look at what finally cracked this fragile balance. First responders reached the lake shore under a heavy silence. They discovered thousands of victims who showed no external injuries. Strangely, even the local flies and birds had vanished completely. Then, investigators noticed the water had turned a deep orange. It looked like a giant bowl of rusty tomato soup. Early theories blamed a sudden, violent underground volcanic eruption. Yet the surrounding forest showed absolutely no heat damage. Trees stood perfectly upright, ruling out a massive kinetic blast. The mysterious killer left no scent and no physical trace. This meant the true danger still hid beneath the waves. Deep water pressure acted like a tight, heavy lid. Volcanic carbon dioxide slowly seeped into the lowest depths. Unlike normal lakes, these thermal layers never mixed together. The icy water trapped the deadly gas in place. Think of it like a giant, pressurized soda bottle. Millions of tons of gas waited in total silence. Above the surface, everything looked completely calm and safe. But a ticking clock was counting down underwater now. A single tiny disturbance would shatter this fragile peace. The stage was set for a massive, sudden eruption. Scientists finally reached the lake, expecting to find toxic volcanic gases. Instead, they found the surface water was completely normal and safe. But deep water samples held a silent, highly pressurized secret. The lake bottom acted like a natural, high-pressure storage tank. Strangely, the water looked completely still, showing no bubbles at all. Intense pressure kept the deadly gas fully dissolved in the liquid. It was like a giant, warm soda bottle waiting to explode. That secret was carbon dioxide, trapped under immense hydrostatic pressure. Over centuries, volcanic vents slowly fed this deep, watery trap. The cold temperature kept the gas stable until something shifted. The cold, heavy carbon dioxide spilled over the crater rim. It rushed down the mountainside at 50 miles per hour. The invisible wave silently flooded into the sleeping valleys below. It instantly snuffed out cooking fires and oil lamps. Sleeping families inhaled the gas without ever waking up. Over 1,700 people perished in minutes. Thousands of cattle also collapsed in the misty fields. But a few survivors woke up hours later, deeply confused. They struggled to breathe in the heavy, oxygen-depleted air. A horrific silence settled over the entire valley that night. Scientists lowered heavy sampling bottles deep into the silent lake. What they pulled up behaved like a shaken soda bottle. The water was completely saturated with dissolved carbon dioxide gas. This volcanic crater lake acted as a giant natural trap. Unlike normal lakes, these deep waters never mixed or breathed. Intense water pressure kept the deadly gas dissolved for decades. Hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get updates. A fragile equilibrium held this massive toxic reservoir in place. Any sudden disturbance could trigger a catastrophic, explosive release. The lake was primed to unleash a suffocating gas cloud. French scientists quickly arrived to test the silent, disturbed water. They lowered special brass bottles deep into the dark lake, but the water samples held a secret they didn't expect. As the bottles rose, the caps violently popped right off. Strangely, the lake surface remained completely calm and freezing cold. The water column was split into highly distinct, unmixed layers. Intense hydrostatic pressure kept the deadly gas trapped down there. The bottom water was actually a ticking, massive soda can. Any tiny disturbance could trigger a massive, explosive release. Click below to see what finally triggered this deadly spill. Scientists rushed to find a way to disarm the lake. They realized the deadly gas was still building up below. A second eruption could happen at any moment, undetected. Their solution was brilliant, but incredibly risky to test. They decided to insert a massive pipe deep underwater. It was basically a giant straw for a carbonated lake. Siphoning the bottom water would release the gas safely, but starting the self-siphoning process required extreme caution. One wrong move could trigger another massive gas release. In 2001, they finally turned the system on. Scientists installed massive blue pipes to drain the trapped gas. This system slowly releases carbon dioxide safely into the atmosphere. Yet, an even larger ticking bomb lies just miles away. Lake Kivu holds over 1,000 times more deadly gas. Amazingly, the Nyos pipes require absolutely zero electricity to run. Natural water pressure keeps the gas fountain flowing constantly, but Kivu's scale makes this simple fix nearly impossible. Millions of people live directly on Kivu's volatile shoreline. A single tremor could spark a disaster beyond human comprehension. Researchers must now race to secure these silent killer lakes. Scientists installed giant French pipes to slowly vent the gas. Once started, the rising bubbles pull more water up naturally. A continuous geyser now shoots harmless carbon dioxide high upward. Solar-powered sensors track the remaining gas levels every single day. But neighboring Lake Kivu holds thousands of times more gas. It's basically a giant, ticking soda bottle waiting to pop. Engineers are now extracting that methane to generate clean electricity. Nyos taught us that even silent lakes can hold deadly secrets. Constant vigilance keeps these beautiful, quiet waters safe for everyone. The facts remain, and the search for truth continues.